When you think of long-running franchises, names like James Bond and Star Wars probably come to mind.
That's right.
For Hollywood's blockbuster era, one franchise ruled the waves. Enter the Beach Party franchise. Films that embrace teen culture with sun-soaked fun, surf rock music, and slapstick comedy.
What you talking about, mister?
Before the Brat Pack dominated the 80s, there was an earlier generation of young stars who defined the teen market. I like to call them the Beach Party Pack, though I don't think they had an official name.
Wait, what?
But Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon were the true stars.
That is awesome.
Produced and distributed by American International Pictures, the franchise began with the 1963 film Beach Party, kicking off a wave of sun-soaked surf-loving musicals that defined a generation.
Yeah!
Before Beach Party, there was Gidget and its sequel, Gidget Goes Hawaiian.
No way.
These family-friendly films carried moral lessons, but American International Pictures saw an opportunity to take the concept in a more youth-oriented direction, focusing instead on teen hijinks, catchy surf rock tunes, and carefree fun.
I love it!
The golden age of Hollywood has come to an end by the early 1960s. The world of James Dean and Marlon Brando was dead.
Is dead.
And the Beach Party films weren't about teenagers so much as they were made for teenagers. The formula of the Beach Party films was simple. Slapstick comedy, popular surf rock music, a celebrity cameo, and a focus of whatever youth trend was popular at the time. These films embroiled 60s youth culture, carefree rebellion, and surf rock music. The formula they introduced has been used countlessly in Hollywood.
What?
For example, Star Wars, that came out in 1977, became a blockbuster hit, and soon after, Star Crash at Battle Beyond the Stars cashed in on the Star Wars craze. The Hunger Games franchise was big in the 2010s, leading to films like Divergent trying to capitalize on its success. Harry Potter was a cultural phenomenon,
Famous Harry Potter.
and its book The Deathly Hallows being split into 2 films started a trend. Soon films like Twilight Breaking Dawn, The Hobbit followed suit, splitting their films into multiple parts. While the Beach Party films might seem cheesy today by most Gen Z or millennial standards,
Okay.
they established a formula that Hollywood still follows. These are the notable films of the franchise, and a quick rundown of these films.
Yes, let's do it.
Beach Party, that came out in 1963, was the film that started it all.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Also, Beach Party, that came out in 1964, takes on the Santa Monica weightlifting scene. Bikini Beach, that also came out in 1964, features a pop star parodying the British rock stars like John Lennon, since the British invasion was taking over in the US. Pajama Party, which also came out in 1964 again. 3 films that came out in 1964. A Beach Party film with a sci-fi twist, featuring an alien invasion subplot.
What a twist!
Yeah, what a twist.
It isn't a direct sequel, but it's still considered a part of the Beach Party franchise. Beach Blanket Bingo, that came out in 1965, has nothing to do with blankets or bingo, but features skydiving and a mermaid. This also features Linda Evans, who we all know as Crystal Carrington on Dynasty. I didn't forget to mention this, Dynasty fans. How to Stuff a Wild Bikini, that also came out in 1965, marked the beginning of the franchise's decline. The Ghost in the Invisible Bikini, that came out in 1966, features a ghost in an invisible bikini. The IP tried to keep the trend alive, but this was the official last film in the series, which marked the final nail in the coffin for American International Pictures' Beach franchise.
No! No! No!
These films feature celebrity cameos from major stars like Boris Karloff, Vincent Price, and Stevie Wonder. There are also famous guest stars in this film who had a main role, like Paul Lynde, Mickey Rooney, Keenan Wynn, and Brian Donlevy. Other American International Pictures with similar vibes. Dr. Goldfoot and the Bikini Machine, a spoof of Bond films with a sequel, Dr. Goldfoot and the Girl Boss, that came out in 1966, directed by horror legend Mario Bava, though American International Pictures only distributed the first film and wasn't involved with the sequel's production. Ski Party, a beach party spin-off set in the ski slopes, though they do return to the beach in the end. Annette Funicello even appears as a different character. Sergeant Deadhead, that also came out in 1965. This is not a Beach Party film, but I decided to bring it up because the film shares most of the same actors from the Beach Party franchise.
Yes!
The Beach Party films influenced many Hanna-Barbera cartoons, including Scooby-Doo.
Ruh-roh.
due to their comedic style and group dynamics. They inspired Grease, which borrowed their teenage antics and musical energy, even though we don't immediately associate Scooby-Doo or Grease with Beach Party films. After 7 films in just 4 years and 30 plus imitators, The Ghost in the Invisible Bikini marked the official end of the Beach Party franchise. But the Beach Party spirit never fully disappeared. Where the Boys Are 84 tried to revive the genre. Then in 1987, something amazing happened. Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon reunited again for Back to the Beach, an homage to the 1960s Beach Party franchise. It features stars like Paul Reubens, aka Pee Wee Herman, Bob Denver and Alan Hale Jr., aka Gilligan and the Skipper from Gilligan's Island, and O.J. Simpson, who at the time was primarily known as a football star.
That one didn't age quite so well.
Future me here, I forgot to mention that Lori Loughlin, who played Becky on Full House, has a major role in this. Also, Don Adams, who played Maxwell Smart from Get Smart, also has a major role in this too. Now back to the main video. While Back to the Beach was in a box office hit, it kept the nostalgia alive. After that, beach-centered shows like Baywatch kept the elements of the Beach Party aesthetic alive. The Beach Party films were a product of their time, reflecting the carefree, fun-loving spirit of 1960s youth culture. While their formula was simple, music, comedy, romance, and surfing, they became an iconic piece of pop culture history. They were one of the earliest examples of a successful American film franchise, paving the way for future youth-oriented series. Even though the Beach Party craze faded, its influence still lingers in teen comedies, surf culture, and nostalgia-driven media. Hollywood's waves may have shifted, but the Beach Party films still stand as a unique relic of a bygone era, where teenagers ruled the screen, surfboards were essential, and having fun was all that mattered.